everyone. Today is Friday, the 26th of February. It's about 4:15 in the afternoon, and it's +2. There's a slight breeze, but no earmuffs today, and I'm just wearing light boots, so that's a good thing. So today's walk is a redo walk because I tried this a few weeks back and didn't have the right, I guess, sound, and now I have a better audio setup. Today I am happy to do the redo of Chaplin Estates. So I'm doing a perimeter walk around Chaplin Estates. Right now I'm at the northwest corner of Yonge and Eglinton. So there's a lot of construction that you can see here. This is part of the metro, the new metro line. So Chaplin Estates is a neighborhood that covers the southwest portion of Yonge and Eglinton. And it lies west of Yonge Street and is bounded by Eglinton Avenue to the north and Avenue Road to the west. The southern boundary is Chaplin Crescent, which runs parallel to the Beltline. The Beltline is another walk that I look forward to doing. I'll probably do that when the weather is a little bit better, because walking down the Beltline now can either be really mucky or it can be pretty slippery because it's not cleared over the winter. And I've always found it interesting why they call this Chaplin Estates, because growing up, you know, the word estates, and we referring to a neighborhood, referring to homes in the neighborhood, always meant something pretty grand. And it's a misleading neighborhood name for this particular neighborhood. There are a few streets that are really quite nice. The homes are big, but when I think of an estate, I think of a lot of property and large homes that sit on their private property, and it's not the case here. So I'm not sure where that comes from. It's a good neighborhood. It's right in Midtown Toronto, and there is the Eglinton Shopping Center here. It's got a metro and all kinds of shops in here, but of course it's not something that we're using right now other than the metro. I think Metro and the Rexall drugstore are the only two retailers that are open, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, and then there's the liquor store. So the liquor store, I think, of course, is open. And there's a library, parks. It's just a really good location. You can see all the construction and work being done for the new metro. Yeah, there's a lot here. You can walk and do everything that you need in this location. Oh, looks like another notice here for a change. This is pretty predominant in this neighborhood. A lot of buildings are coming down to make way for new high-rises. Yeah, this neighborhood is changing quite a bit. I've lived in this neighborhood for the majority of my stay in Toronto, or my time living here. I spent 3 years living in Mississauga. Well, this is new here, this whole new detour, pedestrian detour. So this neighborhood, I've lived in 4 separate residences when I've been living in Toronto, other than the 3 years in Mississauga. Living in this neighborhood, I lived on Broadway Avenue. I lived in 3 different apartments on Broadway Avenue, and now I live with my husband in our home, and it's just been a neighborhood that I've been really comfortable in because, as I mentioned, everything is right here. Subway is right here. Grocery stores, there's like 4 grocery stores here. There's a Metro, Loblaws, Sobeys, and Farm Boy. Farm Boy is the latest edition. I've never heard of Farm Boy until they opened up this past, I think it was this past fall, maybe? Spring or fall of 2021. Okay, now how do I get detour? Where do I go? Is there a way for me to walk? I don't know where I need to go. Oh, here it is, I think. Okay. Alrighty. I saw the detour sign, but I couldn't see the pathway. I didn't expect it to be... I guess I didn't expect it to have a dirt path. I just thought it was part of the dig. Alrighty. And the community center is here. We'll find it just up ahead here. It's the North Toronto Memorial, I think, community center. So there's skating rink and fields to play on, and swimming pool. Look at all this. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, here's the community center. It's North Toronto Memorial Community Center. So I did a video just walking down this way. I think about a week ago, I think maybe. So there are some quite nice homes here, but there's also, I guess, like every neighborhood, homes that need a little bit of work. So that's how come I get a little puzzled with when they call the neighborhood an estate. Normally estate homes are never in any kind of disarray or unkept appearance. There are certainly homes in this vicinity that we're walking around that are like that. Well, this detour is really taking me for a little bit of a tour. Maybe while we're here, we can see inside the pool. We'll take a quick detour. I would come here and do some lengths. And so I'd do the lengths in the indoor pool, and then I'd go to the outdoor pool in the summer. Yeah, there's water in the pool. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. You can see the pool. I don't know how well the camera will pick that up inside. And then just beyond, if you look just beyond the indoor pool, I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick this up because I don't have a zoom, but there's an outdoor pool, and of course in the summertime it's filled up. It's a little busier outside in the outside pool during the summer because there's kids out there, so it's difficult to do lengths even during adult time, but it's just nice still to hang out and splash around. So it is a nice facility. And then, oh, let's take a look here. And maybe the camera can pick up the park in the back here. So I'm not sure if you can pick it up, but there are fields back there. Like there's baseball diamonds. I think there's 2 baseball diamonds. And there's, in the summertime, there's often 3 or 4 soccer teams playing. A lot of dogs out here. And then there's a kiddie pool, like a wading pool. And that's inside. And just down below, so I'm just going to angle this down. Those are the changing rooms down there. And also down on that floor is where the weight rooms are and the equipment room. I used to go to the where the machines are, like the bikes and the elliptical, but I found that like there was like one of each, like one bike and one elliptical, one row machine, and you know, sometimes I like to go hard and stay on for a long time, but they limit to 20 minutes. That just doesn't work. So then I joined Good Life Fitness. How am I going to find my way out of here? It seems lately every time I seem to come out for a walk, I am not sure where I'm going. You know that, but again, that's part of the fun, right? It's the charm of the video. Where am I going here? It's all closed off here. Okay, we're gonna backtrack. I must be missing something. Oh, you know what? I bet I have to go around. I'd have to go around the community center, I bet. It's a nice day, so I don't mind taking a detour. Alrighty, so we're going to see where this takes us. Now there are steps just around here to the left. Anyhow, I used to work out in that gym, but yeah, I had to limit it to shorter time. So what I would do is I'd go super early as soon as they opened in the morning. Well, super early. It's 8:30, I think, was the earliest they opened. And during the week, there weren't that many people at that time, so I could get in an hour. But I was always anxious, thinking that somebody's going to want to come in and call me out on not using the equipment as it should be used on limited time. So here is the outside pool that we looked at. And there's a big slide there for the kids to go down. Here's the deep end. So you often will see people laying out here and dipping in the water and then coming into suntan. Wow, this is really icy here. Oh my goodness, how am I going to get through? Okay. I'm gonna go this way and hope I don't fall. It's pretty icy, so what I should have done is I should have walked on the south side if I knew that this detour would take me here. Live and learn. So of course this is all because this detour of course is because of the new subway line. Oh, I don't want to get stuck. It's super slippery. Smart. I've been debating whether to get those or not. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
They're really good. They're super helpful if you're walking through here a lot.
And it makes a difference.
And they're like $40 maybe.
Yeah.
30 to 40 depending on the kind you get. They're great. Yeah.
Oh, that's a smart.
Recently. Huge game changer.
Big different game changer. Your dog is gorgeous. He's gorgeous. Thank you. Yeah, I've been thinking about getting those cleats. I have boots with kind of where the heel has a cleat that you can flip so that the cleat side is against the ground, and then you can flip it up when you don't want the cleat to be touching the ground. I haven't found that terribly helpful. If anything, it could be annoying, but I think it's a wise idea to get that. I saw them at Costco the other day. I should really think about that. Now, what is this? Oh, here's the sidewalk. Okay, so thank you for coming with me on this adventure. Can't really see too much here. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, there's so much in this neighborhood that you don't really need to leave it to do anything. There's furniture stores and like there's all kinds of restaurants. It's hard to see that. I'm telling you this while I walk along an area where I can't show you anything. Apologize, I should have timed that better. But the neighborhood itself, Chaplin Estates, has a lot to offer as far as housing and apartments, and yeah, there's more and more condos being built in the neighborhood, like tall high-rise condos. Because it is a hot property to be living in, because everything is right here, and because the subway, the Young Line is right there, and the Young Line can take you down to Bloor to catch line 2 that goes east-west, and then it can take you right downtown to Union Station, and you can get on the express and go to the airport. So we've done that actually a few times pre-COVID. We stopped taking cabs long ago. What a cutie pie. Cute dog. And we've taken the Union Pearson shuttle. So here we're at the west end of the Chaplin Estates perimeter walk. Now we're going to head south along Avenue Road. road is a north-south thoroughfare. It's quite busy. Once it hits Bloor, it turns into University Avenue. That name change there. I did Queen's Park walk last Sunday. And I so wish I had a zoom lens because there's a lot of statues and memorials in Queen's Park. A piece of history that I was able to visit, but the camera couldn't pick it up that well. Oh, it's really nice out. I look forward to doing, there's a few walks that I want to do where I need to drive to, because I found that walking to some of my destinations and then doing a video and then walking back home was really tiring, and it took a lot of my day, took up a lot of my day. And sometimes that's okay, but certainly not all the time. So walking, or driving rather, to a walking destination and then taking an hour or whatever to do a video is probably a good idea, so I can take in more of the city, because there are areas of the city I really don't know that I may have heard about, but I've never visited. And you just get into a habit of going to the same stores, or going through the same neighborhoods for your errands and supplies and so forth, that it's sort of hard to get out of that habit. At least I find it something I don't think about. I just will go to something that's within a 2-hour walking distance and then walk home. So this will get me out to do more videos in neighborhoods that are unknown to me. Take my car. I'm not yet completely comfortable taking the subway. It's been almost a year since I've taken the subway. Last time I took the subway would have been coming home from the Toronto Humane Society. I volunteer there, and I would walk there, and that would be about an hour and a half, and then I'd walk about 45 minutes home and then take the subway the remaining way home. So I would walk up to Bloor and then take the line 1 home. And that, of course, stopped last March. So it was the middle of March was the last time that I was there. It was a nice walk, walking down to the Toronto Humane Society. I found, there was different routes that I would take. It was always Yonge Street until at least Bloor, and sometimes I would go east on Bloor, sometimes I'd go straight down to Queen Street, and then many times I would meander through different side streets to get to Queen and River. So here we are on Avenue Road, walking south. So as I was leaving, well, just before I was ready to leave the house, my husband said, you're gonna be mad at me. And I couldn't figure out why. I said, you know, what? Like what? Because he's been in the house, so I don't know what he was referring to. He said, I ordered through Skip the Dishes. And we've talked about, we had a gift certificate for Skip the Dishes. And we did order, I think, something through it when we initially got that gift certificate. But there was some leftover, like there was a credit. And it was a small amount, so we talked about, oh, we should like get dessert or something from Skip the Dishes. And anyhow, that was kind of pseudo forgotten until today. And he said, I ordered something sweet. And I knew right away what he was talking about. He ordered from cinnamon buns. So cinnamon buns with pecans and extra frosting. So as I was leaving, delivery came and David grabbed the bag and he said, feel this, here, hold on to this. And it was like I was holding a 5-pound weight. It was so heavy. That just goes to show you all the sugar that's in the cinnamons. And he ordered 4 of them. 4 fully loaded frosting with pecans and cinnamon, and 2 containers of extra frosting. They're already loaded with frosting. I don't know why extra frosting, but we can't have it go to waste. So here we are coming up to Chaplin Crescent. And this is the south end of the Chaplin Estates perimeter rock. And just beyond, on the west side of the street there, right beside that gas station, that's where the Beltline is. And the Beltline is, I was mentioning earlier, is a nice green space, walk through part of the city, which we'll do at some point. Okay, now I am walking east along Chaplin Crescent. And Chaplin Crescent turns into Davisville Avenue at Yonge Street. I think it's at Yonge Street. And that is going to be the eastmost end of the perimeter walk. So you can see it is rush hour already. With the lineup of cars, you don't see this type of traffic in the middle of the day, that's for sure. Gorgeous dog. Thanks. You're very lucky. I want to have a dog again. We had a dog. We got him when he was a puppy. He was 4 months old when we brought him home. He was a Yorkshire Terrier. His name was Physics. And he was just a complete love of my life. I love my husband too, of course. That dog was changed my world. And some people may scoff at that, but it was because of him that I changed my career. I worked in human resources for 25 years, and then I went back to school, and so I could work with animals. But it was because of him. He, that dog, that little 6-pounder, opened up my eyes to a whole other world. Yeah, felt very lucky to have him in our life. He passed April 14th, 2019. It wasn't sudden. We knew that it was coming. Every day I still think of that little guy. So here we are at Oriole Parkway. That's North Oriole Parkway. That's looking south. Now, some of the homes along this part of Chaplin Crescent are really nice. They're bigger homes, they're more luxurious than other parts of Chaplin Estates. I think there's one new build that I know of, just right now off the top of my head. It was a tear down and then it was rebuilt probably 5 years ago. And we'll pass it. But these homes are, like, they're very elegant on the outside, well maintained. But this is a busy street. So that is a new build. Didn't realize that was but that's new build. But you can see, compare the new build to right next door to an original house. I like that entrance. That's a beautiful doorway. So there's a park right through there. And there's also, not really a dog park, but many people bring their dogs in there. There's a baseball diamond. There's a big playground in there as well. And that's part of the bike path. Comes down here and through there. It's the bike path 35, Route 35. Yeah, very beautiful blue skies. Really nice. Really a beautiful, beautiful day. Yeah, so when I get home, I will have tea, and I think I'm gonna dive into one of those cinnamon buns. Yeah. Yep. So I will have to go for a nice long walk tomorrow just to work off part of that cinnamon bun. I think that cinnamon bun's going to take me a week to walk off. Every day. A full day of walking just to burn that off. Those cinnamon buns are big and they're heavy. Heavy in weight. Heavy in the tummy, too. Oh, that was the house that was the new build. Right there. It's a nice new house. What used to be there was, it was a bungalow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a bungalow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a bungalow and it was white. It was cute. It was really a cute house. Now we're coming up to, you can probably see a fairly large gray building just up ahead to the right. It's about a 6-story, 7-story building. That is the head office for the Toronto Transit Commission, the TTC. That's also the Davisville subway station, line 1. I have to try and remember not to include my silhouette or my shadow, but I'm not sure if I can avoid it right now because my shadow is directly in front of me. Oh, I can hear birds chirping away. Probably happy for the milder weather. I'm not sure if you can see well enough across the street there. There's a sort of like a boarded up windows. That used to be a Starbucks until like I think maybe a month ago. So the store is closed. But originally that was a post office back in the day. Like when Davisville and Toronto was first kind of laid down. That was an original post office from way back. So now we're at Davisville Avenue in Yonge. So you maybe can see the sign across the street. It says Chaplin Crescent. So that's Chaplin Crescent to the west of Yonge. And then I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, but Davisville on the east side of Yonge. That's looking south on Yonge. Now we're going north on Yonge. So this is the most southeast side of Chaplin Estates. This jewelry store is out of business. I assume it went out of business because of COVID. It had been there, I think, since I've been in Toronto. Now right here, there's a condo right across the street. Beautiful condo. So originally what was there was, there used to be like a little, I think there was a gas station there once. And there was like a couple little shops there, like separate buildings. And also on that corner, I'm pretty sure it was that corner. Or maybe it was that corner. There used to be a beautiful, rather small building. It was a bank once upon a time. And then they converted it into a like a bridal store. And they used to film Say Yes to the Dress or Say Yes to the Dress Canada or something like that. And where they filmed brides coming in to get their wedding dresses. But that building, that little building was really nice. I'm pretty sure it was this side, just right where I'm pointing the camera right now. And then there were other little buildings along the way here. And then they changed, and there was a big Rogers that was right there. And a big liquor store. As you can see, there's another liquor store that's going to be moving in, but there was a big Rogers. You know, back in the day when you used to rent videos. So it was a big store to host all of those videos. And then there was a big liquor store there too. And so that they were torn down. So that was like the second set of, I guess, buildings that were there. And now, since I've been in Toronto, now this condo is the third building that kind of got rid of all those other buildings and now was made into this condo structure. Wonder how long that's gonna last. Nothing seems to last too long around here. There's talk about having the Rogers Center, which was originally called the Sky Dome, and that opened up, I think, in June of '89. And they're talking about taking that down, putting in something bigger. And this is considered Davisville, the neighborhood of Davisville, hence Davisville, a village. Because the buildings, as you can see here, for the most part, are low rises. Now this building right here, it's I think about 8 stories. Across the street here, as you can see, there are 2 stories. And what used to be on this corner here used to be a coffee shop. What was it called? Not Second Cup, but can't remember. Maybe, what was it? Not Timothy's. Coffee Time, I think. So this is the condo. Yeah, there's about 7 or 8 stories here. But yeah, there was just a coffee shop there. And this right here, this used to be a windsurfing store. Now it's a real estate place. And what I'm aiming at right now across the street, those stores, that Italian delicatessen's always been there since, as far as I remember. Fanfare Flowers have always been there as well. Where you see the fresh slice, that's new, like real new. And what was once, when I first moved here 32 years ago, what was really popular, or super popular, a restaurant called Grano. And you can see it across the street. So there's a pink second story. So that whole building there, that whole part of the building with the pink second story, and then you can see the kind of rusty color in the middle, and then black, and then you can see the rocks, that structure there. That used to be the restaurant called Grano. And I remember when I first moved here in '89, that was like a cash cow, that place. That was such a hot place to be in the city, hot restaurant to go to. And I remember walking by it, and there was always a lineup to get inside. Like it was the restaurant to be at. And for many years after, it was a prime prime restaurant to go to in the city. And like, you know, a lot of things, it sort of lost its luster over time. But I do remember thinking, wow, maybe one day I'll go there. Because, you know, I wasn't spending money on stuff like on fancy. Well, it wasn't really a fancy restaurant, but it was more than I was prepared to spend at the time. So I never went, but always looked forward to going. Now, across the street, I'm not sure if you can see it, the angle, we can angle that camera, where it says Kitchen Stuff Plus. I wonder if you can see that. I'll get closer. Kitchen Stuff Plus. That used to be a, what can I say, an exotic club. Women took their clothes off there. Yeah, so it was, I remember, yeah, that was there for a long time. That was there, oh, when did that leave? Probably a good 15 years ago, I think. Yeah, probably 15 years ago. That exotic club or whatever it's called, the proper protocol for those types of places. Yeah, it's been about, I think, 15 years that it's been gone. This is also new. Across the street there you can see Staples. You can see that's condos right there. So that location right there, that was like a two-story furniture store. Like from that corner all the way to the end corner. Like this whole block was a furniture store called the Art Shop. And it was a high-end furniture store. It was posh. You needed to have a few dollars to buy from there. And it was, it's been, oh, how long has it been now? Probably more than 5 years. Around 5 years since, yeah, it would probably slightly more than 5 years since it shut. And those condos were erected. So what was once a two-story furniture store now houses multiple housing units, a grocery store, Staples, a bank, Scotia Bank, West Elm, which is like a furniture interior store. And here, you can see that big crane. That was a recent teardown. That was, I know it had an insurance company in there, but I don't know what else it housed, but it had been there forever. And that's been a recent teardown. I'm not sure what's going there. And these condos here, these are, I don't know, 15 years old, maybe? It's two tall high-rises here. Those two buildings in particular, those were erected, oh man, 15 years ago might be too long ago. Yeah, I think so. Maybe 12. Anyhow, around that 12 maybe or so. What used to be there was an office building, and I know the Ministry of Health was in there. Then there was a park beside it. And so now it has turned into those two buildings I just showed. not sure if you can see across the street there, it says the Keg. So right beside the Keg, you can see, I'll get a little closer. You can see a new building being erected, and I'll show you that. Where those two workers, construction workers, are working. If I zoom all the way up there, not zoom, but angle the camera, you can see it's super tall, how super tall that condo is. And what was once there was a government building of some kind. Can't remember what it was though, but I know it housed some government offices. I can't remember if they're provincial or federal. I know they were not municipal, but anyhow, so that looks like that's going to be done soon. It's not yet occupied, but it looks like it's probably going to be ready to be occupied real soon. I'm going to be doing a video. There's other activity that's been happening in the neighborhood. I'll do another video about sort of what else might be going on. But right now, the main attraction is the subway line. Once that gets done, it's supposed to be 2022. I don't know about that, but it will be nice to have Yonge and Eglinton back. So here we are, folks. We are at the conclusion of today's walk. We are on the south side of Eglinton, on the west side of Yonge. We started our walk just across the street there. I thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. And if you'd be so kind, please subscribe to my channel, Boomer Girl Walking, and click that like button. Much appreciated. Thanks. Bye for now.